Hello everyone, this is Suresh Kumar, working as Assistant Professor, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal, Hyderabad. Today we will discuss about the very interesting topic as a spillway. So, what is meant by spillway? The spillways where it can be constructed and the types of the various situations of these types of the spillway will be discussed today's class. So, the first of all, what is meant by a spillway? A spillway is one of the most important structure, a component of the dam. So spillway can be excavates of the flood wave and from the reservoir and and it can be sent to the downstream side. And normally of the three major components of the spillway. That's the approach facility. The water which is approaches and can given the facilities given by the approach to the water, which is enter inflow of the water of the dam. Next is discharging conduit. How the discharging the water can be, availability of the discharge, and how the hydraulic jump, which provision of the giving to the discharging the conduit will be the provided to excavate from this approach channel to the outlet of the structures. How the it can be water can be outletted to the approach channel. That's why you have to be. So next one is the outlet structure is a tailwater channel. Tailwater channel, the excess of the energy can be flow of the discharge conduit conveys of the flow of the downstream. The safety of the spillway should have sufficient capacity discharge likely to occur during the lifetime. Spillway design flat. The third one, spillway design flat. Spillway design flat is nothing but selecting using some prescribed guidelines of the given by the a risk based of the analysis can be given of the spillway design. Next, what are the types of the spillway? So of course there are the different situations of the spillway is there, a different as per the requirement. But now the overall the generally of the spillways can be designed of the straight drop spillway, overflow spillway, and the chute spillways, and the side channel spillways, and the shaft spillways, siphon spillways, and labyrinth spillways, and buffalo chute spillways, and cascade spillways, and selection of the spillway type, and bottom outlets on the sluice ways. So these are some of the types of the spillways. So in these spillways can be provided, the various conditions can be applied for the selection of the spillways. Where it can be suitable exactly will be decided as per the design and requirement of the water. How the water can be a conduit can be released from this dam. Where it can have to be constructed. It is a very important situation can be dominated. Next, requirement of the spillway. Why we have to be required? The requirement of this spillway is the spillway must be sufficient capacity and it must be hydraulically structurally adequate and it must be located that provides safe disposal of the water. So it can be safe disposal of, as we discussed in the previous slide. The boundaries of the surface of the spillway must be erosion of the resistance. It means so suppose this is the dam. The water can be flow from this top. This is the hydraulic jump. Here is that water can be, it cannot be damaged the downstream side of the, so due to the overflowing. This is they are not damaging of the downstream side of the, and not only the sides is also not damaging of the structures. So that is why very important while designing of the spillways. Next, energy dissipators. Energy dissipators should be located downstream of this. So energy dissipators nothing but here. Let us see that one. Energy dissipators. First suppose this is the dam. So energy dissipators nothing but it can be provided the water which is here comes and jumps from the bottom side. This is the energy called hydraulic jump. The provision can be provided here We have to see in the Nagarjuna Sagar Sriselam Dam, there is some tank type can be situation here. What the water can be flows here and can be jumped from this one. It is can be obstruct the flow and also damaging of the structures of the dams. So this is the called it as energy dissipators. Because providing the provision is called it as energy dissipators. Especially it can be provided for the hydraulic jumps. So in the major hydraulic dam, let us see that one different energy dissipators can be provided to protect the dam. Not only that, it can also reduce some energy of the overflow. So that is the main important of the spillways. Next, the next one is factors affecting of the spillway capacity. What are the factors to be affecting on the spillway capacity? The first one is inflow flood hydrograph. We have to be know that how the affecting of the inflow, how much inflow of the floods can be comes during the heavy floods rainy season. So that's why during the hydrograph we have to be calculated and can be affecting the required spillway capacity can be sent. Next, available storage capacity. The available storage capacity of the how the dams can be capacity can be stored, how much capacity can be stored on this availability of the upstream side of the dam, upstream side of the how much the storage capacity on particular dam. So the next, capacity of the outlets. What are the outlets can be just like drainage densities can be provided, and also the spillways can be provided in the overflowing of the gates through the gates. The gates are the spillway. How many gates are required? As per it all can be designed for the requirement availability of the dams construction, and the designs will be given the experts how much it can be required of the dams for the free flow of the water through the dam without any obstruction, without any damaging of the dam. That's why we are going to provide in the spillway, and also we have to be excess water when flowing. Energy dissipators also, as we discussed, is very important to does not damaging the structures of the dam. So next, location of the spillway, where we have to be provided the spillway. So the spillway can be provided as different dams or different ways of the displays can be provided. So let us see within the body of the dam. Here within the body of the dam is nothing but so let us see that one. So within the body of the dam, he will be constructed here. Say normally can be provided the spillways, and the second one is the at the end of the dam. So it can be separately take it as end of the dam will be take it as separate spillway can be provided and entirely away from the independently saddle. So this is very important. Not in our country, in foreign countries, it can be absorb the water from the dam storage reservoir, and it can be sent to through the pipeline can be sent to one side, and also sent for the another purposes or discharges for the water for power generation or any other purpose can be storage of the downstream. So this is also one of the type of the methods can be applied the locations of the spillways. So the spillways are very effective of the structures. Without providing the spillway, what happens? Actually, the dam will be the dams can be damaged due to does not provision of that one. Due to heavy floods of the season, it can be compulsory the water vents can be have to be provided unless it may be damaged. Next, what are the components parts of the spillway? So let us see here. So there is one spillway approach channel. Here one is approach channel is there, and the control structure and the discharge carrier, discharge channel, and energy distributors. Energy distributors are provided here. Let us have to be. This is the four-way, and this is hydraulic jump. So here the energy distributors can be provided. This is the tailwater. So this is the spillway can be constructed by the operating with the dams will be provided here. So it can be opened during the heavy floods or reasons, rainy season, it can be opened. So the excess water can be removed from this side, and also the flowing of the water. So that is the main approaches of the channel. And this is also trained gates can be also be constructed. Next, 4 bay, that above the water can be stored, and above it can be removed. And the spillway crust can be provided here, and hydraulism, as you know, flip. And these are the some of the soil of the bed of the region. This is the some components parts of the spillway. Spillway train gates and spillway crest gates and 4 bay and flow of the and flip lap and shielding wash and hydraulic jump and tail water can be. This is the some of the component parts of the spillway. Next, approach channel. Why you have to use the approach channel? The approach channel is nothing but here is channel. The entire structure of the path draw from the reservoir and convey it to control the structure. That is the approach channel is the channel to path draw from the reservoir to convey the water to other sources. So it may be called as approach channel. So it may approach channel will be discussed in the previous also, and it may be straight or curved of the plane. Straight or curved of the plane can be provided. It is banks may be also parallel to the converging of that. Converging as well as diverging of this may be vertical of the sloping. And also the approach channels can be minimum heads of the loss can be provided. The channel is applying uniformly the flow of the structures. Next one is this is the approach channel and reservoir, the spillway approach channel. Let us see that one. The approach channel, due to the approach channel only, the spillway can be provided. From the spillway, the water can be entered from this one side to, and it can be sent to the another way of that one. So the reservoir, full reservoir can be stored here. Due to the, this is of course this is earthen dam can be provided, and it can be the water can be up to the approach channel. The spillways can be constructed on the side, so that it can be water can be removed through the approach channels. Next one is control structure. Here, what is meant by control structure? Control structure is nothing but to control the water of the overflow. Of course, this as I shown in the previous slides that this is the gates can be which is provided. So controlling of the structures, it will be operated to by in the above due to control. So the lift gates will be lifted control, and this will be the bridges can be opened due to the heavy of the floods, regulates the control of the reservoir, and it does not discharge the water below the fixed reservoir level. That is the main control structures. Next, discharge carrier. What is meant by discharge carrier? Discharge carrier is nothing but it is the waterway provided the flows can be released from the top of that one. Here this is the water can be released from this top and discharge carrier. So discharge carrier means different, and approach channel is different. You can remember that different ways themes can be provided. Here discharge carrier is nothing but here in this waterway is provided the flow and release from the control structures of downstream side of this spillway. The cross section may be rectangular, trapezoidal, or any other shape can be provided for the discharge carrier. The discharge carrier, water can be discharged through on particular that one. So the waterway may also be narrow, long or short maybe it may be constructed. This is the simply about the discharge carrier. The next one is discharge channel. And in the previous discharge carrier, and now it is the discharge channel. In the discharge channel can be provided the water from the bottom of the discharge is the carrier to the downstream of the flow of the river. So next one is it may be downstream, may be face of the spillway itself. The width of the channel depends upon amount of the be conveyed. So the channel of the discharge will be provided as per which is availability of the water depends and the conveyed to that particular canal can be provided. This is the from this how much of the water can be discharges through this approach channel. So it is the discharge channels can be constructed in the dam. Next, terminal structures. What is meant by terminal structures? A terminal structure is nothing but it is also for the energy or energy dissipators. As I told, the energy dissipators here they provided from the energy dissipators can be provided here, nothing but here the water which is also having the hydraulic jump which is releases here and can be provided as a hydraulic jump can be provided. So water can be easily comes from the top. And why use of this structure? This is the mainly purpose. It cannot be damaged and also it may control the flow. Heavy flows can be straight can be discharged slowly and it can comes down and the force will automatically down and it can be decreases automatically when it is comes into the down and again it can be flow through the hydraulic jump it can be provided. So this is the main terminal structures. The main to release the heavy of the discharge capacity can be decided and it can be decreases. Not only that, it can be to save of the structure of the dam. Next, types of the spillway. See, the previously just you have to see in the types of the spillway. Here, the spillway can be constructed based on different type of various criteria purpose. It can be divided here. Let us see the one class A classification based on the purposes. What are the based on the purposes that it can be bifurcated. Main or service spillway. So main or service spillway, this is the one of the method, and auxiliary spillway and the third one emergency spillway. These are the three main classification based on the purposes. It can be bifurcated. So that let us see the main classification. Next one, classification based on the control. Classification based on the control. The first one is controlled or gateway spillways and uncontrolled or ungated spillway. So nothing but ungated spillway. Nothing. The water, whenever the water can be available during the floods, automatically it may flows over the spillway without any control. Now the gates are not provided there. Automatically it can be flows overflow. Whenever the water levels will be raised under the up to this level. Next, C type classification based on the prominent features. In the prominent features, there is a C type of the classification feature. What are they? Free overflow of the straight drop, and the second one is overfall or Vogie spillway. So, of course, with the Vogie spillway, the special type of the spillway we'll discuss in later. This in the spillways is the very important structure of the Vogie spillway. So, next, chute spillway. Chute spillway are nothing but open channel or through. So, through the open channel, the water can be flows through above this one. So, that's why we call as a chute spillway can be constructed. So, next one is the side channel spillway. As we discussed, it can be provided in the side can be provided. Not only the above, the nearby that one. So, on the side we have to be take it. The overflowing of the water can be collected and can be sent through the spillways. That is called side channel spillways. Next, shaft or morning glory. So, shaft type of the glory can be also provided here of the at this type of the spillway. Next, siphon. Siphonic spillway nothing but it can be take it as up to the level. It the siphonic due to siphonic action, it can be removed automatically from the siphonic action, and it can be the level will be decreases automatically. The air will be entered from the outside and can be stagnated. And again, the water level will increase. What happens through the we have to be comes from the siphon. That is the siphonic action we call as. So whenever the requirement, it can be flows, and remaining time the air tight can be provided there due to the siphonic action.
That's why we call as a siphonic channel. Next, conduit or tunnel. What is the tunnel type of the channel is also can be provided. The tunnel nothing but they be provided one hole type can be in the dam, and it can be removed. The channel can be from this one, it can be removed from the outside. So the conduit or tunnel type can be also removed of the excess water. This is all nothing but the water which is available, which is now flowing of the water, the excess can be removed of the various types. So let us see that one. Here what we discussed, there are the types of the first one is the A class based on the purposes we are going to be providing. Second one is the classification based on the control. So classification based on the control. So second one, classification based on gated type, uncontrolled, control type, and uncontrolled type. And control means it can be controlled by spillways as based on the gates, whatever it may be provided for lifting of the due to the heavy floods. Next, classification based on the prominent features. So free overflow or overflow of the execute of the open type of the spillway, and side channels will be, of course, you are providing the side, we call it as side channel spillway, and shaft which are going to be provided in the morning, and siphon, as I told, the siphonic action. Then the seventh one is conduit or tunnel type can be provided, so which is absorbed in the water from the and can be removed through the tunnel. This is the classification. Next, classification based on the purposes, main spillway. Classification based on the main spillway, as we are discussing the here last main spillway. What is meant by main spillway or service spillway? Each spillway is designed to pass prefix of the design flood. Prefix of the especially it can be provided for the design floods. So that is the main spillway. This spillway is necessarily for all the dams of the most of the dams, only used for this spillways. Next, auxiliary spillway. The second one is auxiliary. Let us see the auxiliary. Second one is auxiliary spillway. So auxiliary spillway is nothing but here it is provided as supplement as the main spillway, and also the soils located become into the operation, and only after the floods which are main spillway designed for the excess. This is the second type. So next, third one is total spillway capacity Q is equal to QM plus QA, where Q is the discharge can be of the floods which comes. So next, QM is the discharge capacity of the main spillway, and QA the capacity of the auxiliary spillway. That's why we have to be provided as QA. Next, emergency spillway. The it is provided in addition main spillway, but it is can comes from the operation only the during. Next, the emergency maybe arranges of the any of the type. Next, classification based on the control. So classification based on the control, as this is comes under the B type. Classification based, as we discussed, it is controlled spillway and uncontrolled spillway. Let us see that the controlled spillway. In the controlled spillway, nothing but it may be spillway can be used to provide the gates control or crest or control overflowing of the reservoir can be control of the floods can be by the mechanism. So these type of we call it as control spillway. Next, generally we are going to provide in the control spillway full reservoir level of the usually kept in the top level of the gates. That's the water can be storing to the top level of the gates. That's why we call it as the control. These type we call it as control type of the gates. Next, uncontrolled type. As the uncontrolled type, nothing but here in an uncontrolled spillway is provided means nothing but we cannot be controlled. Even the floods will becomes automatically it can be flows over through the spillways. The next control of the overflow of the reservoir, the full reservoir level of the crest level is from the flow from the spillway. The water escapes from the spillway automatically without any control, and the rises can be crest level up to the level. Next, classification based on the prominent features. Classification based on the prominent feature. So let us see the prominent feature of that one. That's free or overflow of the straight drop spillway. It means it is then the type of the spillway. It can be water can be dropped from the crest and the where and vertically to all type of the structures. The water falls freely from the crest under the action of the gravitational force can be acted. So this is very important point. Next, they prevent the storing of the downstream side auxiliary dams and the artificial pools of the can be provided. As I told, the artificial pools can be provided. As you have to see in there is some uh, pools type can be provided here. Then the floods will become and it can be flows over that one. So this is type of the have to be provided. This is called hydraulic dam. So that is next, and might may damage the structures, maybe discharge or the overflow of the action crest and overhanging the lake. So let us see that one. This is the hydraulic jump. So water comes from the top and it can be flows to the action. Next one is side channel flow. Very, very important. Here the dam is here. So here one is spillway can be provided in the side of the channel. Why? Because the water can be flows in the here also, but in the side channel the heavy floods will becomes it can be also flow in the one side of the channel. This type of the channel we call as side channel of the spillway. Side channel of the spillway can be provided. The flow will be 90 degrees, passing the crest of the above parallel to the crest. Best suitable example rains can be like earthen dams. So earthen dams we cannot be provided in the side, the preferable where the space is not available. So on such cases it can be provided in the side and take it as some another position to take the construction of the spillways. The discharge carrier by open channel from the conduit type. Next, chute spillway. Chute spillway nothing but a open channel type of the spillway can be constructed. It is called open channel constructed, separate away from the valley or chutes or spillway is simplest form of the spillway. It can be easily provided independent. It can be provided as independently and it can be cost. The higher adopted any of the foundations. So this is the best example of the chute spillway. So this can be automatically the water will be flows one. So see that one. This is also provided one side of the another one side which is constructed. Here the side channel, the excess of the floods will becomes the water will be flows it separately. Next shaft type spillway. The water from the reservoir enters into the vertical shaft and conveys of the water into the horizontal tunnel and finally discharges to the water into the river of the downstream side. This type of the shaft spillway is also preferred. The same is not available in the providing the above. The inlet of the leg of the provided to the funnel and of this called warning the spillway. The discharge can be you see that one. This is the funnel type can be provided here. It can be collected the water and it can be collected here and be sent. This is also one of the type of the spillways can be provided. It can be sent from this due to the conduits from this end to outside due to the spillway. This is also one of the side of the spillway. Next, siphon. As I told, the siphonic action spillway. Siphonic action spillway nothing but here the siphonic action consists of the siphon pipe which inlet leg is kept and it consists of siphon pipe let is into the cap. It is below the normal pool level and it can be where the water arises the pool level. Siphonic action starts automatically and the water discharges to downstream side. Water discharges to the downstream. It is siphonic action can be take it and the water level it rises it can be sent and automatically the air will be entered. So like that these are the siphonic action what we call. When the water level falls from the pool level it can be sent through the air vent and discharging of the discharge of the stops. So that is the siphonic action. It's conduit or tunnel type of the thing. So a conduit spillway consists of carry the floods of the discharge and also construct an abutment under the dam. The closed conduit may be also be provided to the vertical incline shaft of the tunnel, and also the conduiting and tunnel type has to be provided. From this tunnel, it can be sent to outside, and also this is also one of the best thing will be sending. Those are not having to provide in the top position of the spillway provision is not provision during the design time. So this can be another option can be choose for the construction of the conduiting of type of the tunnel. So it is limited to 75% of the vents can be provided, and such spillway is suitable of the dam sites, narrow canyons, and which can be also abutments. So this is the, so let's see that one diagram easily can understand to collect the water here and can be sent from the due to the conduit to another way. So this is the west diagram for the construction of the conduiting or tunnel type. Tunnel type means which are it can be water can be went through the pipeline here. So that's why we call it as the tunnel type of the spillway. Okay, thank you. So today I will finish here. The remaining Vogi spillway and another can be discussed in the next session. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.